think I'm in love, but I've been feeling otherwise. These flutters in my stomach are the butterflies, the cutting knives, and not the butter kind. And if you listen close, when she begins to speak,
Hello.
you'll hear a couple hundred sighs and a collective set of eyes. Letters linger on her lips like lullabies. I think I've drowned a couple times inside her opal-colored eyes. She could do something as simple as sit
Would
down,
you like a
give me
reading?
an epic guide to perfect 10 form shutter finish on her cocoa butter thighs. Catch her wearing loose pajamas on a Sunday, and she'd overshadow any supermodel on her runway. When she wakes up in the morning, she smells like vanilla essence and the bittersweet recollections of your absence. In summer, we have a piano lessons and presents you got on birthdays, orange creamsicles and double plays on first base. And walk past her in the walls, and if your shoulders feel the slightest brush, you might melt to liquid gold, the lightest kind of Midas touch. I've seen the way she drinks espresso during classes and reshapes her paper cup into an emerald-covered chalice. Sugar packets pouring crystals, napkin origami grains, gunning gorgeous glances to me through her Giorgio Armani frames. She's nearly perfect in almost every way. But she's got shit taste in movies. Ask her for her favorite titles, and she always likes to say she's down to go see anything by Shyamalan or Michael Bay. And also, she's a psycho in the kitchen. It's a travesty. What kind of fucking monster cooks their pasta in a microwave? And she does this thing where she corrects her grammar if it's wrong and clicks her tongue and waits and shoots a playful finger gun as if she's won some sort of contest. Empress victim of a conquest. This is armchair shrink. Let me fix you with a comment. Princess kick you when you're down. Or simmer to a godhead. It seldom happens that she listens to my voice and doesn't chime in quick with unsolicited advice and unapologetic tyrant of passive aggressive rivalry. Ask her a question and catch a handful of sass and irony, and trust me, really, she is just the worst of board games. Debates about the rules like legislators in a court case. Tampers with the scales of justice, wielding pencils as her gavel. Once I even caught her cheating while she kept the score Scrabble. She's a fucking record checkers, plays Monopoly sloppily, always bringing up disputes and games of Trivial Pursuit. Songs in Battleship and Risk, she fights better hand to hand. And don't even get me started about how trash she is in Candyland. Like you can't be bad at that game, yet you lose all the time. It doesn't make any sense. But I'm no Adonis either. Fashion sense abysmal. I've got two Nirvana t-shirts that I wear to formal outings, and I've never owned a cardigan. Catch me buying cargo pants at Target for the bargain bin. Drink milk straight out the carton. Use my hands to scoop out margarine. Breakfast table etiquette makes up our morning arguments, and I'm not a glass half full kind of guy. Shipwreck flags, half mast hull kind of guy. I never was an optimist, not too good at compromise. The problem is my ego is far too fragile to apologize. But she always calls me out and takes me down a couple pegs too. It's always nice to have somebody close who double checks you. And honestly, we wouldn't be ourselves if we were different. Yes, she's clumsy and I'm stupid. Those are things that we can live with. Being perfect's unrealistic. Either way, I like our flaws. The way I crack my knuckles off and the obnoxious way she yawns. The way I stutter when I flirt because I'm not very good with courtship. The way she's got to be the first 10 minutes of a road trip. How when she cuts her pancakes into slices, not in squares. The way my daily coffee intake is prices. I'm aware of the way I'm talking crowded theaters. The way she talks about her life. The way she talks about her life. Right, life, never feeling this inside. Life, now you're living up fine. Life, got me feeling up, got me feeling up. Got me feeling like it's paradise. I've been running there like all my life. Got me feeling like it's paradise. I've been running there like all my life. Got me feeling like it's paradise. Is where I'm right about there. All my life I want it shine. So paradise is where I'm right about there. All my life I want it shine somewhere. Running the miles like a running back. If you don't get it, then run it back. I did that shit that I should have. Got me shushing in there. I'll be acting so. Yeah, run it out. Spit on the track till it's running out. My verse is all looking stand up. Your verse is all looking run down. My fly, my strike the shit. On the walk in the life I live. Like, what is this? To the sky with the heights on it. I shine bright as a highway shit. This is my fly, my strike the shit. On the walk in the life I live. Like, what is this? To the sky with the heights on it. I shine bright as a highway shit. If you're reaching for the sky, put your hands up. Say, if you're reaching for the clouds, put your hands up. Say, if you're reaching for the stars, put your hands up. Say, if you want some paradise, put your hands up. Got me feeling like it's paradise. I've been running there like all my life. feeling like it's paradise. I've been running there like all my life. Got me feeling like it's paradise. It's where I'm right about there. All my life I want it shine. So like paradise is where I'm right about there. All my life I want it shine somewhere. I ain't in this game just to wait up. Wait here for fate just to change up or make up a brand new state where I wake up to paradise, ain't fresh, ain't my pay stub. We'll wait up words to the swamps, ain't curse words with these large weights in my heart just to get to paradise like a parasite. Take a bite if the pear is ripe or not. Every night that walks in the paradox, where's this blood cake pair of socks? I can't bear to watch and barely word and barely hurt the very words. Stand through the rush with death, the burgundy dim brush of the thick cup. Take cups fucked up, gotta think of a way to get up those lungs when the doorbell rung out, blood jump up. You're reaching for the sky. Put your hands up. Say if you're reaching for the clouds, put your hands up. Say if you're reaching for the stars, put your hands up. Say if you want some paradise, put your hands up. Got me feeling like it's paradise. I've been running there like all my life. Got me feeling like it's paradise. I've been running there like all my life. Got me feeling like it's paradise. Is where I'm right about there. All my life I want it shine. So like paradise is where I'm right about there. All my life I want it shine somewhere. Can't lie in the losing type. Shit, I need to grow more, but I'm too precise. I don't know about the ways the moving's tight. Got a short leash, but you know I'm super nice. I might hang 10 when I'm bored. Girl call phased in and I scored. Just blame my phrase into my vocal cords. No explaining what they closing doors. I'm like 2 shots down from a confidence boost. Trying to wake up every morning just to walk in the booth. And I'm mad at the mic that we talking it through. This my first love, better never let it loose. So as long as I got this microphone and this pen in hand, I'm the lighter wrong, not a sinning man. I'm the rightest wrongs. Gotta play some paradise right at home. If you're reaching for the sky, put your hands up. Say if you're reaching for the clouds, put your hands up. Say take me away. So if you would like a reading, just shoot me a comment. And everything is back to me. So when I see you, tell me, is it worth it if I keep on believing? I can't seem to shake this feeling. Tell me not to worry. I'm sorry, my parents are mess. I've been putting on a paper in all the seasons. Forever and a day, I've almost lost the reason. All of my dreams and with you, and I hate to leave you so soon. Take me away. Oh, how long for the day? Hey, now can you hear me? I am going calling your name.
you stay. Feels like for a lifetime. My heart's been wondering why. Sometimes I close my eyes and I try to listen closely. I travel back in time and it sounds like you. The wind chimes in to wake me. It's time to see another day. My heart aches. And still I keep believing in the words that you left me. How long will you keep me waiting? Tell me not to worry. Is there a happy ending? I'm running on my faith in every season. Forever and a day, I've almost lost the reason. All of my dreams end with you. And I hate to leave you so soon. Take me away. Oh, how I long for a day. Hey, now can you hear me? I am the wind calling your name. Hey, take me away. I'll go wherever you stay. Feels like for a lifetime. My heart's been wondering why. Calling all everyday heroes, the movers and shakers, those taking first steps, giant leaps, or onto the biggest adventure of all. Calling all forces of nature, the kind hearted, the light hearted, the purple hearted, the ones who dig deep every day. We are Yukon Health, where together we are stronger than apart, because together anything is possible. And all the policy from State Farm gets you collision coverage. And this radio ad from State Farm gets you coverage of this beloved 90s hit. I hit a car. I hit a car. I hit a car. Ooh, baby. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. My agent's gonna help me. For more coverage, visit statefarm.com.
Everyone makes a big deal about being number one, but at Charmin, we're all about the number two. We take the number two bus to work. We have the number two for Mr. Fong's Chinese for lunch, and even wrote the script with a number two pencil. Because Charmin is the official sponsor of number two, and we're proud to present a playlist full of number two hits. So listen while you're on the job, or with John, or with anyone else for that matter. Tap the banner and have a go with Charmin, the official sponsor of number two.
When the wind rings high and the light hits your eyes, time for one last ride out to dreamland. Don't you worry, I'll be here to remember you, dear. Your look, your smile, all your happiness and your tears. And it's hard some days, but I'll be okay. 'Cause even when it's tough, you give me just enough so I can keep on going. When I close my eyes and I dream, I feel you in my arms, safe and sound, here with me. Everything we make today perfect tonight to dream away. Now you're an angel sleeping in peace. Maybe you'll be surrounded by my love through all eternity. Ain't I me when you close your eyes, right off the bat to sleep tonight. I will be watching, thinking of you, the times we had. I love the good and all the bad, never forgotten. Dealing with the kids, promise you this. I love you till the end of time, forever. When I'm out downtown, I can still hear the sound of a voice that sounds so familiar. With my head turned around, you're nowhere to be found. Just blue sky and my teardrops on the ground. But I'll be okay. I know that even though you're gone, it won't be long till I can see you again. As the seasons change in a special place, I'll wait right here for you. Won't forget anymore. Every moment
Successful YouTubers. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. YouTube Live. Why would you want to use live broadcasting for your YouTube strategy? Right now, a lot of the platforms are pushing live because it is the thing that they want people to use.
Hi.
And it's the way you can create the
How are you, Taylor?
for your viewers. So we highly suggest
Would you like a reading? How are you tonight? So, short answer, yes. Long answer, I answer questions that I feel are designed to empower you. So something I wouldn't answer is something like, is my lover cheating on me? I would do something like, what is my best course of action in this situation? How can I focus to get myself in a better place?
put up the fight to save the day. Now you're a hero. You brought the light that made today perfect and right to dream away. Now you're an angel sleeping in peace. Maybe you'll be surrounded by my love.
And I actually just cleansed all my cards. I'd love to help you with your question. Yeah, so that's good. So, would you like advice from, I have vampires, and this is actual ascended masters that come through the cards and help you. So, vampire ascended masters, unicorn ascended masters, or fairy, angel, and mermaid ascended masters. My intuition tells me that this is the best deck for you at this time. So this deck is really good for what to focus on. It's called Find Your Light. And there's always something positive to focus on in this deck. Thank you. So you got a card, you got an angel. And angels are always in this deck how we relate to other people. So here we have I will hope. So make sure that you're keeping your hope up and keeping, optimistic. I'm looking, there's a little prayer that goes with these, and I'm just looking up the one for you. So this is more like an affirmation. Looking up when everything appears dark, I hold the lamp of truth to reveal the life worth hoping for. So all of the things that you feel your relationship can embody, have hope that they'll be there, and move forward with a sense of that optimism.
Reach for my hand, I'll soar away into the night.
So I also sensed that in this situation, there was a little shadow work to be done. It was my first inclination. And vampires are really good with that, so I will draw you a vampire card as well. So this is going to be something that, maybe a vice you need to work on. Vampires of thee I ask, less vampires, please help Taylor now with this their task. So you got actually the last card in the deck for the vampire journey. And oracle cards are a little different from tarot cards in that they're kind of all the major arcana. So they're all parts of this journey. And the last card for the vampire deck is called Resurrection. Reprise, recovery, and comeback. So this card is indicating that you know in your heart what it is that you need to do. It's just a matter of getting down to doing it. You have everything you need at this time to really come back to life and move forward with a sense of rejuvenation. So, you can't let that weigh you down. and I will look for additional messages. I do bibliomancy as well with the manuals. So let me see what I can get for you. You may feel that in order to change, you must pretend. We wish you to know that you have many facets to you. This new life will bring you astonishing new gifts, and it has come to you for a reason. I have to admit, your energy is kind of throwing me a little. I didn't expect to have this kind of reading tonight. This card wants you to know that there's more than one chance. It's okay. No worries. So this card really wants you to know there's always more than one chance. You have before you at this moment not just a second chance. You have a true new start in front of you. So going forward with the renewal of hope, you can take that first step forward. I know it's really hard, but you can take that first step forward into hope. Think of a time when your energy and your vibration felt hopeful and try to mimic that. Become a copycat. That's one of the techniques I use to get in a better mood. I remember the vibrational state I was in and replicate that as much as I can within myself. So this card is saying you can come back from this. Hey, hon. Do you have any other questions about this reading, Taylor? That's honestly, it's one of the nicest cards in this deck to get. I absolutely love the energy of this card. And one of the things about this deck is that you can always call on, they're called less vampires. You can always call on them to help you, and they're not troublemakers at all. They're not the kind of entities that would harm you or do anything offhanded. They kind of chill in the background, and they send you all the information that you need. So if you asked for their help, I'm sure they would send you more information and more clarity, because it's what they're really good at, being very, very old entities. They've had time to read and grow upon their knowledge. Basically, less vampires are protectors of people they deem as vulnerable. And they do this because they're looking to kind of make up karmically for their past. So they're working through some karma right now, and they want to bring you knowledge from the things they've learned. But if you don't want their help on this matter, you can just say so, and they wouldn't bother you. They'd leave you alone, and they wouldn't contact you or anything like that. Does that make sense? It is a fabulous deck to work with if you are going through a dark night of the soul. So if your boyfriend needs something to focus on every day, drawing these cards with a positive mindset can help you. Yeah, they're positive. They're only positive. They wouldn't hurt you in any way. So let me shuffle this. Yep. So the card I got is Nobility. And basically, it means that you're going to want to hold yourself to high standards. And I don't think this necessarily means avoiding the icky feelings, the bad feelings. Feel what you are feeling. The most important thing you can do with emotions that are coming to the surface, like fear, anger, all those things, sadness, is to feel them. And because when you actually feel your emotions in your body, you process them. But this card is saying you need to hold yourself to the highest standard possible when you're with these emotions. So you can't just, lash out because you're feeling a certain way. And, he shouldn't be doing that to you either. He shouldn't be lashing out on you if he's not feeling well. That's not okay. One thing I heard that's really good for transformational time is an ammonite. Let me link you. Opalized ammonite. I hear they're supposed to help you with transformational periods of time. I know this because a lot of my friend group is trans. So they're all transitioning. I am non-binary as well. So, I might physically transition, but I might not. So it sounds like what you're talking about is someone who's emotionally just not really available. Emotionally unavailable relationships work by one person bearing all the weight of the emotions, and that's not fair. That's not really fair on you. But It seems like you need to feel what it is you're going through is the biggest message from Divine I'm getting. It's yeah. It's maybe have a dialogue with him about that. I mean, moving forward with all your hopes, I believe you have a genuine hope to talk to him about his feelings. Yeah. Well, you seem very bright, very personable and smart. Yeah, I get that, and I get it can be really hard, and we don't want to, you know, the message in the cards was definitely not to give up. It was to have high standards for how you're going to go about this and how you're going to move in the world and step forward, bring yourself back to life with hope and confidence. There's you're very welcome. And you know, this card is always something that is what your main focus is going to be. So I will hope, and this light here is going to illuminate a lot of things for a lot of people around you. And specifically your significant other. Thank you, Taylor. Yeah, I hope you have good experience in gay life too. And I'm glad that my reading could maybe shed a little light on this situation. So to review, these two cards are going to be your shadow working, bringing yourself back to life, holding yourself to high standards, realizing you have another chance. There's always another chance. Every single moment is another chance. And every single moment is another chance to do right, to do good. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Could be fun. Yeah. And, you know, move forward with hope. Biggest thing. My camera unfocused. I don't know what the deal with that is. But I wish you well on your travels. You're welcome to stick around if you wanted to watch me read other people. I'm curious, what was it like finding my stream? Because I did not see it on the front page. And I'm pansexual, I hear ya. How did you find me? I want to get to as many people as I possibly can. If you liked my reading, don't forget to, like and subscribe. Oh, yeah, of course. A lot of people are kind of post-label at this point. I personally like the labels because they help me describe myself. But I'm understanding more and more that a lot of people are LGBT and they don't really want to label themselves as that. Hi, Ava. How are you? Would you like a reading? Oh, okay. Cool. Thank you, Taylor. I'm doing wonderful. Just having fun. It's my Friday night. I'm normally a massage therapist. And I do massage therapy as my normal job. I'm trying to get this up and running so that I can get some readings going. So, Ava, sexy Bigfoot. Ava, did you have a question in mind? Let's see if this is...
Don't give me that.
I can do a general reading. So, would you like vampires, unicorns? Here's my vampires deck. I have unicorns and I have one more deck. And I have this angels, fairies, and mermaids deck. All right, vampires getting lots of love tonight. Happy Halloween. I'm gonna light another incense. Vampires actually love frankincense. So frankincense is really good for dispelling evil spirits as long as it's lit with that intent. So if you wanted to offer them something, frankincense incense at Walmart are $1 for a huge pack of them. So if you wanted to offer them something for working with you and helping you, maybe just light up a frankincense.
I know that it's all that's left for me.
So the ones at Five Below are really good quality. You're gonna pay more for them than at Walmart, but they're very worth it. Lest vampires of thee I ask, to please help Ava Flower with this her task. So generally, vampires are going to illuminate your struggles. And they're going to give you a way through that darkness, through that which you can't see. So this is the card I pulled for you. This one is called Primal, and basically, yes, you can, Teddy, but I just gotta finish this one first. Hello, by the way. I am Envy. Ava. So this card is Primal. And basically what it talks about is connecting with your instincts, your raw creative force. And a really great way to do this, and a way the cards recommend, the Less Vampires this deck recommend, is to really pick up something that's going to get you in your body, something like dance, something like maybe jogging, or something that's very cardio heavy, exercising. Believe it or not, being in your body is actually a very spiritual thing. And monks work for like years to get out of their mind. So getting more into your body, less in your brain, is going to help you through any struggles you may face. And if you want help doing this, you are free to call on Less Vampires for their help. If you respectfully say, I'm not really interested in outside help, they will acknowledge that request. As I stated earlier, a really great way to work with them is lighting up some frankincense to just dispel any negativity. So, Taddy, yes, I will give you a relationship reading. Which deck would you like? Vampires, unicorns, or angels, mermaids, and fairies? Palo Santo is good. I don't use it. I'm trying to get out of using it personally because it's not part of my heritage. So it's a really, really sacred tree to people in Africa. So I tend to stay away from that. I tend to stay away from sage, white sage, because it's really, really over harvested. And the people who it were who it was once sacred to, they're having trouble finding it. What I use is cedar. It's sacred to Artemis. This is my little Artemis shrine. All right. So I am feeling unicorns for you, Bonds. Are you still here? If you're still here, give me a comment in the chat. Hello. Oh, okay. Hello, Albert. So, Bonds. Yes. What I decided would be best for you is the unicorn deck.
Come to me, my heart will rise all my body is gone. Nourished by your shadow. Without numbers and says no fairness, it's needed for cakes. Laughter so life is wrong. Faces full like stars, well up on your flash. To the light of the light, to reclaim one trifling.
Yeah. I'll turn it down a little. Sorry. And yes, this deck is really pretty. So, unicorns are all about basically wonder and celebrating the wonder in life and the wonder that just comes from everyday interaction. You got this card. So, magic. Make a wish. Make your ambitions known to the universe. Believe in miracles and know that there's magic all around you and all in between the relationship you have with this person. Doom and Gloom is more my vampire deck's forte. And really what they do is they help you kind of cut through that. They're very They have the energy of the Hierophant. They know their way works, and they know how to cut through it. Any challenge that you might surpass. Yes, I can. So, just one moment. So, getting twined up in the logical isn't going to help you in this situation. Basically, the raw, primal, creative force from within, the thing that actually creates, is going to help you. And it can come out by just being present. Being present with your partner is immensely important. You are invited to call on fairies and unicorns to remind you and guide you to help you bring about a better outcome. So if you just ask for that help, they will be there in this relationship. And it might seem really small, but asking the universe for help can be tremendous, and it can have huge results. The unicorn deck is honestly, it's not the easiest to work with. It requires a lot of faith, a lot of trust in positivity. So you're going to have to put your trust in what is generated, the light and positivity that is generated in the present moment is what the unicorns seem to be saying. You are surrounded at this time with an air of manifestation. So it's likely that whatever you want to manifest at this time can do so with ease. You can do so with ease. But like I said, unicorn magic takes a lot of belief. Roll call, though. Who's still here? Oh, I guess they left. Would you like a reading, Albert? Thank you. What would you like a reading from? Which deck? So I have mermaids, angels, and fairies. I have unicorns, and I have vampires. All right. So this deck is mixed with fairies and mermaids as well. So you actually drew a fairy. And what fairies represent in this deck are who you are at the core of your being. I love the emojis. So who you are at the core of your being. And what's very important to you at this time, or a very good focus for you to have, is your inner child. You got the card, I am a child. And at the core of all of us, we really do carry our inner child with us. We carry their wounds to some extent, what they enjoy. But one of the most profound things that we can do as children is sense the world and be present. Hello, Dee Dee. When we are present, we can really start to sense the energy of the day and understand peace. Are you still here, Albert? I suppose not. Oh, okay. So really tune into your sense of how you engage with the day. Because the more you turn towards your inner child, the more you'll notice the day has a feeling to it. There's like a taste in the air. There's a smell to it. Of course, Dee Dee, I will get to you. I promise you I will get to you. There are some questions I will not answer, but if I feel that this question is going to empower you, I will answer it. So, do you know what I'm talking about when I say the energy of the day, Albert? This card is pointing you towards inner child work, and I get the feeling that you will start to sense the energy that the day is bringing to you the more you do inner child work. There's plenty of exercises and meditations on, I'm pretty sure YouTube and Google has them. Children generally sense the day clearer. Yes, Mary, but after Dee Dee. Dee Dee is still typing their question. And that was what I had for you, Albert. There's a ton of ways you can get in touch with your inner child. I'm gonna draw a quick card for that one, Dee Dee. generally the work I do isn't predictive. It's more based on what you should be focusing on at the moment. So the card I got for that question is, I will pray. So this card suggests you connect with your guides about that situation. And approach it in an open sort of way. And Albert, I do have some artwork in my room. I have this kite from the Black Sails Festival in Newport, Rhode Island. And Okinawa is a sister city with Newport, Rhode Island. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. So, Mary, did you want to ask your question? If you're still here? Peace, Albert. You're a high vibe dude. Keep up the good work. So, as I mentioned with Dee Dee, my answers aren't really predictive. They're more of what you should focus on in a certain situation. And sometimes that leads us to where things are going in a better way. So for this question, I am sensing that less vampires are the best ones to contact to work with. So for the first part of that question, what you should focus on per the situation of the father of your kids getting back together with you. This is what you should focus on for the best outcome. Less vampires, of thee I ask, to help Mary Santiago with this their task. So for this card, I got Ecstasy. It's a vampire card. It's gonna focus on, your darker tendencies. And really this card is a call to ask you to analyze who you are submitting to and who you are yielding to. It asks you to think clearly about this and think about, is there someone like a mentor or a guide who could, if you followed their footsteps and in their direction, could they bring you more bliss than this situation? So I will show it one last time for you. What is this music? What on earth?
Do you want to make a difference in people's lives? Start training for a
Really start to look at that.
At Stone Academy, a school that specializes in healthcare.
So for your second card,
Learn more at Stone.
will he leave the third party situation? This is what you should focus on pertaining to that. So I got this card. My camera is autofocusing for some reason, but basically it's called Nightmare. And it would seem that you can't get rest in this situation. Like it's something that is causing you quite a bit of unrestfulness. This card is more of an offering to you. What on earth is going on with my camera? I'm so sorry. But this card is more of an offering to you. It is essentially saying that while they understand you can't get much rest, there we are, they would like to offer you protection. So if you feel comfortable, they would like to shield you from some of this negative energy that's coming in from this situation. You are more than welcome to call on the Nightmare Rider. And what she does is she puts a shield around you and in your sleep so that you can get more rest. So this card also offers you psychic protection from this situation. So if you call on less vampires, just know you're in good hands. You can offer, there's frankincense at Walmart that's 98 cents for a huge pack. If you just do a small offering to this lovely lady right here, she will help you. And she is not the kind of spirit which would hurt you. Only there for protection. I feel like I should draw another card for you. This is the other card I got for that situation. I feel balanced. And what it means is that you should focus on your own balance. Focus on eating right, on being healthy, on doing things that are going to bring you closer to being grounded to yourself. If that makes any sense. You're welcome.
searched all around me. I was searching for myself all around me, slowly changing in a way I'll never understand. My wildest dreams, from the shadows, someone calls to me. In the distance, a familiar sight. So we meet again, my dear old friend. Everything's all fading, things are gone. You are here, underneath the wind. Everything that I want. I wonder if it is good. Some things are fading, things are gone. The light is here, the things are here. Looking through the shadows, we're from the wind. Endlessly searching, something on my heart I'm looking for. So what does truth mean to you in this world? Tell me, what is it that you all of the world is slowly changing? And I feel that I'll be left behind. Everything seems like everything I have, everything I know. You feel the memories left behind. How long before we go insane? See everything's as moving as we are here. When the skies turn blue and the fog appears, everything we have will still disappear. The world will turn and forever we'll be left in the dark.
Hello, Karen. Of course. Are you still here? Oh my goodness. Choking on a chicken nugget. Of course, Amaris. Just a sec. I gotta get some water. Yeah, I'm good. I choked on my chicken nuggets. Hello. Just one moment. There's 2 people ahead of you, Mimi. Yo, these chicken nuggets are fabulous. I just had they're like great value chicken nuggets with barbecue sauce. So, Karen, this is the card I pulled for you. I am worthy. So you are very worthy Just laughing at the chat. You are very worthy of all of the gifts that you possess. You'll see in this, she has a flower that is pretty much stated to be of divine nature. So you're very gifted, like in the divine sense, in the psychic sense, and everyone's gifts show up differently. But what this card is indicating clearly is that you are worth those gifts. That divine gave you those for a reason. Let me read you the little prayer that goes with this card. And this is who we are at our foundational level, because it's fairies in this deck. So, without question, I am trusting my purpose and my heart that I am worthy of being in this moment, being present. Being in the present moment is being present with love. It is experiencing love. I am trusting my purpose and my heart that I am worthy of being in this moment. I have been given the gift of stardust in the heavens. So all around you is this splendor from divine, and you are so worth it. All right. Amaris, what did you want your read to be on? What do you need to know about Tyler? So, vampires are very good at that sort of question. So I'm going to go with less vampires. Less vampires of thee I ask, to help Amaris with this their task. So I got a card that I frequently get in relationships. Hi, Savannah. I got transmission. So less vampires are basically saying that yes, you can, Savannah. And they're basically saying that this relationship you have with Tyler, you're very interconnected, and how the other one acts is going to deeply affect how the other acts. So it's something to be really mindful about, that you two have this link. Make sense? All right, Mimi. I am. And if you wanted to, you could ask less vampires to help you in getting a little more information on this. They're very good at gathering information, and they would gladly help you. They're not the kind of entities that would hurt people.
All everyday heroes, the movers and shakers, those taking first
or go around causing trouble.
Or onto the biggest adventure of all, calling all forces of nature.
They are
the lighthearted, the purple-hearted,
gonna
dig deep every
send you information that's in your best interest.
We're together.
They're very gentle and
Together.
they're not gonna do anything that's like quick movement, crazy, whoa.
It's iPhone season at Sprint.
Switch to Sprint and
The
get
new iPhone 11.
They are all different kinds. Largely sanguine. We have,
Seriously, any condition.
they're, so loosely vampires in that some of them have, eaten people in the past, but they're trying to move past that. And it's not usually the first thing I bring up regarding them, because I realize that they have so thoroughly moved past that and they're actually looking to help people on a path of redemption. One example is the Maenad from Greek mythology, and those who know the Maenads know that they are not to be taken lightly. They did some serious stuff, but they are looking to redeem that with the appearance of them in this deck. Yeah, they won't eat you. There's no need to worry about that. Are you still here, Mimi? Okay, we can move on with Savannah's love question. So, what kind of love will be coming to you? You're welcome, Amaris. I highly recommend working with the Less Vampires deck. It's very good for working through kind of our darkness. So you got a mermaid, Savannah. And what mermaids are in this deck is they represent our deep, wavering and unwavering subconscious feelings. Let me read you the prayer out of this book or affirmation as to what kind of love is coming to you. I am not afraid to be who I am destined to be. I will live this day as if it were my last, boldly and confidently in my glow. So it really sounds like it's highlighting your Scorpio aspect. It's going to be someone who meshes really well with that, who brings that out in you. And what you should focus on is being that. I'm getting that it's going to be someone that your voice has influenced. So my guess would be past.
texting. All I find are cold hard memories. They're fragments of the past. Take my love.
Glad I could help.
Price I would pay to save all I can. Let me single wish to finally set me
Well,
free.
let me ask and see. The vampire's advice when you said he was an Aries, when you said it was your ex, because honestly my first inclination was to see what that was. Yes, Amaris. Just one moment though. Yikes. So the card I got for when I asked less vampires what they think about, let me do it again because I'm not sure. Less vampires of the I ask to tell me what you think of Savannah's ex. Let me sit with this card for a moment. I got the card Call for Help. And really what it indicates is that you kind of knew something was amiss. Something wasn't quite right with that relationship. Does that ring a bell? I usually don't do this kind of work. What's important is to admit your needs and if you have a need for other people, make sure you pursue that. I would avoid him. It sounds like he wasn't very good for you, and that might be why you left. You're welcome. More information on Tyler. Less vampires of the I ask to help Amaris with their task. So, what I'm getting is from this card is that sometimes our creation, so a relationship is a creation, it's a creation of agreements, takes more from us than we anticipated. And with relationships, there's going to be ups and downs. is what this card is saying. So hi, Amaris. Hi, Talia. My bad. I'm sorry. So Amaris, did you hear me talking about that? Yep. So that's basically what the card was saying. So a relationship is a creation of agreements that you have between each other. And with any creation and nurturing after it and nurturing after what you've made, there's always going to be ups and downs. So just be prepared for that and be prepared to stick with it and nurture it. Hi, Noelle. So if they're doing something like abusive, you definitely should leave them. But the cards were saying that, there's ups and downs. So I don't believe that's the situation. Yes, you can, Noel. Less vampires of the I ask. To help them with their task. So Asia, I'm sorry, I'm so bad at names. I apologize. What I got for this situation, and his feelings towards you, was that you should hold yourself in the highest possible standards. Be idealistic with who you are and who you're going to be. I typically don't answer questions that are regarding others, that have to do with others. I typically answer questions that have to do with how I can hold myself in this situation. Noelle, what would you like? What kind of reading would you like? All right. Be right back. I will come back and read you though. I just gotta do something real quick. So, Noelle, I'm doing a general reading for you. And this will be my last read for the night. I'm getting a little tired. So, Noelle, I got, I feel grateful. And it's a mermaid. And in this deck, mermaids represent our deepest subconscious wavering feelings. So my advice to you would be to find what you are grateful for. When we begin to practice an attitude of gratitude, things, our perspective changes, and
start training for a rewarding career as a practical nurse.
It's actually, one of the
specializes in healthcare.
techniques to fight depression is being grateful for the things you have.
It's iPhone season at Sprint.
I know it's certainly helped me finding things to be grateful for in life.
When you trade in your iPhone 7 or newer in
I will read you the prayer from the book.
Visit your local Sprint store, Sprint.com, or call 800-SPRINT-1. iPhone 11, 64 gigabytes, zero those month, iPhone 11 Pro, 64 gigabytes, 1250 a month, 400.
So I am surrounded by so much light and love, filling my heart to overflowing. I have been given so much. I am grateful for the many who may be far from me, yet are my support. You do have a support system, even though it might not feel like it.
For more coverage, visit statefarm.com.
Yeah, so just look for, how people have positively impacted you and given to you. And, our natural response to that is usually, I want to give back. It's a powerful way to be. You're so welcome. Thank you for coming in my chat. I'm just picking up. I'm going to be doing these most days of the week, actually 3 days of the week. So if you're interested, definitely subscribe. My earlier readings were better. You're more than welcome to come back and grab one.
I'm not a figment of your endless mind. I'm just But realize I'm just as dangerous as you will soon find. A taste of your remains.
Peace, everyone.